Let me tell you a quick story. A young family in Detroit, Michigan. Husband, wife, and one kid started the previous year with only $500 in their savings account. Every month, they felt stressed. One unexpected car repair, one hospital bill, and boom, they were in debt again.
Credit card.
Hospital.
It's a wake-up call.
But then they made a simple plan. Step by step, they cut small expenses, picked up a small side hustle, and tracked every dollar. Guess what happened? By the end of the year, they had saved over $10,000. Now, imagine that family is you. Imagine logging into your bank account and seeing $10,000 sitting there, ready to protect you, ready to invest in your dreams. That's what we are going to learn today. This is how to save $10,000 in Michigan in this year. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what steps to take, no matter your income, no matter your starting point. Let me clear you one thing, and that is why saving $10,000 matters. What would happen if tomorrow your car broke down and the repair bill was $1,500? Or if you had a medical emergency and the hospital asked for $2,000 up front? For many families in Michigan, the honest answer is they don't have the money. Here's a story. Last year, I met a man from Grand Rapids named Ryan. He was a hard worker, driving trucks across Michigan, but he never saved consistently. Then one day, his transmission failed. The cost? Almost $3,000. Because he didn't have savings, he had to borrow on his credit card. That $3,000 repair turned into $5,000 debt after interest piled up. He told me, if I only had $10,000 saved, I wouldn't have gone through this stress. Now, let's flip the story. Another family in Lansing, Sophia and her husband. They also faced a crisis. Their child needed surgery. The hospital bill came to $7,800. But guess what? They had an emergency fund. They paid the bill, no credit card debt, no panic, no begging for loans. Afterwards, Maria said, "Our $10,000 savings didn't just save our finances, it saved our peace of mind." That's why $10,000 matters. It's not just a number in your bank account, it's security, it's freedom. It's the difference between sleeping peacefully at night and worrying about the next unexpected bill. Think about it. $10,000 can cover 3 to 6 months of rent, food, and bills. It can pay off high-interest debt and stop money from leaking out in interest payments. Or it can be the seed money that grows into $100,000 if invested wisely. So when we talk about saving $10,000 in Michigan, we're not just chasing a number. We're building a shield that protects you, your family, and your dreams. Step 1. Track your money. Here's the truth. You can't save what you can't see. In Michigan, studies show that the average household spends over $3,800 every month. But nearly 65% of people cannot explain exactly where that money goes. Is it groceries? Is it subscriptions? Is it eating out? Most people don't know. Let me give you a real example. One of my friends in Detroit thought he was spending only $150 a month on coffee and snacks. When he tracked every expense for 30 days, the real number was $420. That's over $5,000 a year, gone just on coffee shops and fast food. Imagine if that money went into savings or investments instead. And here's the emotional part. Every dollar you fail to track quietly slips away, and with it, your chance to build security, Think of it like a leaking bucket. No matter how much water you pour in, if you don't fix the holes, it will never stay full. So the very first step towards saving $10,000 is to track every single dollar. Not next week, not next month. Start today. Use a simple app, a spreadsheet, or even pen and paper. For the next 30 days, write down everything: rent, gas, coffee, Amazon purchases, even that $2 snack. At the end of the month, you'll see exactly where your money hides. And once you see it, you can control it. Remember, what gets measured gets managed. If you track your money, saving $10,000 becomes not a dream, but a plan. Step 2. Create a budget. Tracking your money is the first step, but once you know where your money is going, the real power comes from giving every dollar a job. That's called a budget. Here's the reality. A recent survey showed that 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And Michigan is no exception. The main reason? Not low income, but lack of a clear plan. When money comes in, it flows out with no direction. Rent, bills, fun, shopping, and at the end of the month, nothing left. Let me share a story. A couple from Flint, earning around $5,000 a month, always felt broke. They tracked their expenses and realized they were spending nearly $1,200 just on eating out and entertainment. When they finally created a budget, they cut that down to $400. Guess what happened? They freed up $800 every single month. That's almost $10,000 a year, just from writing down a plan. Now, let's talk numbers. If you earn $4,000 per month in Michigan, a simple budget could look like this: 50% for needs, $2,000 for rent, utilities, groceries, 30% for wants, $1,200 for dining, shopping, and entertainment, 20% for savings and debt payoff, $800. But here's the logic. If your goal is $10,000 in a single year, you can't save just 20%. You need to push savings up to 30 to 35%. That means reducing wants to maybe 15%. It may sound tough, but think of it as temporary. And here's the emotional shift. Every time you say no to an unnecessary expense, you're actually saying yes to your future. Yes to security. Yes to freedom. Yes to a $10,000 safety net by the end of this year. Remember, a budget is not punishment. It's your personal roadmap to financial freedom. Without it, money controls you. With it, you control money. Step 3. Reduce living costs in Michigan. Once you have a budget, the next step is cutting the biggest leaks, your living costs. Because here's the truth, it's not always about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Now, Michigan offers one of the lowest costs of living in the northern US, but rising utility and food prices still challenge families. Housing, groceries, utilities, and gas. And if you don't actively manage them, they eat away at your $10,000 savings goal. Let me share a story. I met Olivia, a young professional in Grand Rapids. She loved the city life, nice apartment, dinners out 3 times a week. Her rent alone was $1,800, and without realizing it, half her paycheck disappeared on convenience. She felt stuck. Then she made one bold move. She found a roommate. Her rent dropped to $900, utilities cut in half. In 1 year, she saved over $10,000 just from that single decision. And she's not alone. Across Michigan, families who shop smarter and make small lifestyle shifts save big. Cooking at home instead of eating out can save $400 plus per month. Using Michigan's energy rebate and home insulation programs can cut $50 to $100 per month on bills. Living in Lansing or Kalamazoo instead of Detroit or Ann Arbor can reduce housing costs by 35 to 45%. Think about this. If you save just $500 per month by lowering living costs, that's $6,000 in a year. Combine that with smart budgeting, and your $10,000 goal is within reach. And here's the emotional side. Every time you choose a home-cooked meal over takeout, every time you pick a cheaper utility plan, you're not depriving yourself. You're buying peace of mind. You're buying the freedom to breathe when life throws an emergency at you. You're building a wall of protection around your family. So remember this, living below your means in Michigan doesn't mean living without joy. It means living with purpose, and that purpose is your $10,000 goal. Step 4. Kill high-interest debt. If saving money is like building a house, then debt is the storm that keeps tearing it down. No matter how much you earn, if you carry high-interest debt, you're walking uphill with a heavy load. Here's the reality. In Michigan, the average credit card balance is around $6,000, and the average interest rate is over 22%. Do you know what that means? If you only pay the minimum, that $6,000 could take more than 20 years to pay off, and you'll end up spending over $15,000 in interest alone. That's money that should have been growing in your savings or investments. Let me tell you a story. Carlos from Flint worked a stable job and made decent money, but he always swiped his credit card, groceries, clothes, even vacations. When an emergency came, he already had $8,000 of credit card debt. Within months, the balance ballooned to $12,000. He said to me, "I felt like I was drowning. I worked every day, but my paycheck vanished into interest." He realized that until he attacked that debt, he could never move forward. On the other hand, I met a woman named Carla. She had $5,000 in credit card debt, but decided to use the debt avalanche method, paying extra toward the card with the highest interest first while making minimum payments on the others. Within 18 months, she was debt-free. And here's the emotional part. When she made that last payment, she cried. She said, "It feels like I just gave myself a raise. I can finally save for my future instead of paying for my past." So here's your action plan. List all your debts from highest interest to lowest. Focus every extra dollar on killing the highest one first. Cut back on wants temporarily and redirect the money to debt. If possible, transfer balances to a lower interest card or consolidate to reduce rates. Think of it this way. Every dollar you pay toward high-interest debt is a guaranteed investment return. Where else can you get 22% guaranteed? Only by paying off that 22% interest card. And remember this, debt is not just numbers on a page. It's stress. It's lost sleep. It's the silent thief stealing your future. Killing debt isn't just about saving money. It's about taking your life back. And once that weight is gone, your path to saving $10,000 becomes wide open. Step 5. Boost your income. Cutting costs and budgeting are powerful, but let's be honest, there's only so much you can cut. At some point, you need to grow the other side of the equation, your income, because saving $10,000 becomes 10 times faster when you make more money. Here's the reality in Michigan. Many households live on a single paycheck, and according to recent reports, almost 35% of Michiganders rely on side hustles to make ends meet. Why? Because costs keep rising. but wages don't always keep up. The good news? Michigan has plenty of local opportunities to increase your income if you're willing to take action. Let me tell you a story. Ryan from Lansing was working full-time in retail. His paycheck covered rent and bills, but nothing was left to save. One day, instead of scrolling social media, he signed up for DoorDash. He started delivering 2 hours after work, 3 days a week. Guess how much he made? Around $600 extra every month. By the end of the year, he had not only paid off his $2,000 credit card balance, but also saved over $5,000. He told me, "Those late-night deliveries gave me the freedom I never had before." And then there's Lily. She loved photography, but never thought it could make money. She started offering weekend photo shoots for families and weddings. Within 6 months, her hobby turned into $800 to $1,000 extra per month. Now, she calls it a freedom fund, money that goes straight into savings and investments. Here are some income-boosting ideas that work well in Michigan: gig economy, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart, flexible hours, quick cash. Freelancing, graphic design, writing, coding on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. Michigan-specific opportunities, manufacturing and auto industry, Detroit, weekend shifts in assembly, packaging, or maintenance. Michigan's auto plants often offer overtime pay. Healthcare support, Grand Rapids and Ann Arbor. Hospitals often hire part-time aides, janitorial staff, or food service assistants. Selling, use Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. Declutter your home and turn old stuff into hundreds of dollars. Now, let's do the math. If you add just $500 extra per month, that's $6,000 in a year. Combine that with cutting costs by another $400 per month, and boom, you hit your $10,000 goal. And here's the emotional part. Earning more isn't just about money, it's about confidence. It's about proving to yourself that you are not stuck, that you can create opportunities even in tough times. Every extra dollar you earn is a brick in the foundation of your financial freedom. So remember this. Expenses have a limit, but your income potential, that's limitless. And if you push yourself just a little more this year, $10,000 won't be a dream. It will be your reality. Step 6. Automate savings. Here's a secret most people don't realize. Saving money is not about willpower, it's about systems. If you rely on discipline alone, chances are you'll give in to temptation. But if you build a system that saves for you automatically, you'll hit your $10,000 goal almost without noticing. Let me tell you a story. Luis from Lansing used to promise himself, "This month, I'll save whatever is left after bills." But guess what? Nothing was ever left. Netflix here, new shoes there, a night out with friends. By the end of the month, his bank balance was dry. Then he made one simple change. On payday, he set up an automatic transfer, $400 straight into a separate savings account. At first, it felt uncomfortable, but after 3 months, he didn't even notice it was gone. By the end of the year, he had saved nearly $5,000, money that never had a chance to slip through his fingers. And here's another example. Jessica, a teacher in Flint, opened a high-yield online savings account. She automated $200 every 2 weeks. In 2 years, she had over $10,000 saved, plus interest. She said, "It felt like magic. I wasn't even trying. The money just kept growing." The logic is simple. When you pay yourself first, savings come before spending. It's the opposite of what most people do. Instead of saying, "I'll save what's left," you say, "I'll spend what's left after I save." That one shift can change your entire financial future. Here's how you can do it in Michigan. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to a savings account every payday. Use a local credit union or an online bank with higher interest rates. Keep the account slightly separate so it feels harder to touch. Think about this. If you automate $400 a month, you'll have nearly $5,000 in a year. If you can stretch it to $800 a month, that's almost $10,000 without thinking twice. And here's the emotional part. Automation takes the stress out of saving. No more guilt, no more broken promises. Just progress happening in the background while you live your life. Remember, discipline fails, but systems never forget. So build a system today and let your money work for you, quietly, consistently, automatically. Step 7. Invest your savings. Saving $10,000 is an amazing achievement, but here's the truth. If you leave that money sitting in a regular bank account, it slowly loses value because of inflation. The real magic begins when you put your money to work. Because saving makes you safe, but investing makes you wealthy. Let me tell you a story. David from Detroit saved $10,000 in 2010. Instead of spending it, he invested $200 every month into a simple S&P 500 index fund. Fast forward to 2020. His balance wasn't $10,000 anymore. It had grown to over $45,000 without him picking a single stock, without timing the market. That's the power of consistent investing. Now imagine this. If you take $10,000 and keep adding just $300 per month for the next 20 years, at an average return of 8%, you won't just have $10,000, you'll have more than $100,000. That's the dream. Turning today's small sacrifices into tomorrow's big freedom. Here's another example. Maria, a teacher in Grand Rapids, started with only $5,000. She invested in a mix of index funds and her teacher retirement account. 10 years later, that $5,000 had grown to almost $20,000. She told me, "I never thought a small start could grow like this. Now I'm confident I'll retire comfortably." The logic is simple. Put your money in places where it grows. Index funds, ETFs, retirement accounts, 401k, IRA. Stay consistent. Invest a fixed amount every month, no matter what. Let compound interest do the heavy lifting. And here's the emotional truth. When you invest, you're planting seeds. At first, they look small, almost invisible. But over time, they grow into a forest that can feed you, your children, and even your grandchildren. Think about it. Would you rather have $10,000 today sitting still, or $100,000 in the future, working for you every single day? So don't just save. Take that $10,000 and give it a job. Because money is like an employee. If you let it sit idle, it does nothing. But if you send it to work, it brings back friends. Remember this: savings protect you, investments free you. And that's how your $10,000 in Michigan can become $100,000 and beyond. Track every dollar, build a budget, cut living costs, eliminate debt, boost income, automate savings, invest wisely, saving $10,000 is not just possible, it's guaranteed. Imagine ending next year with a 5-figure savings balance. How would that feel? Secure, proud, free. So, friends, here's your challenge. Starting this month, commit to saving your first $500. Drop a comment. I will save $10,000 in this year. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more financial freedom strategies. Together, let's build wealth, one step at a time, right here in Michigan.